We all like Easter eggs. If in doubt, then look around you at the end of the credits of a Marvel film. You might find some like-minded people. But do you know what type of Easter eggs you like? I'm going to look at a recent film release, Thor Ragnorok. It covers a lot of the categories of different types of Easter eggs you can hope to expect in the movie. So, let's get into it, I think. The first category is obvious comic book reference, in the form of an introduction of a new character or storyline. In this case, it's Surtur. This one is slightly arguable whether or not it can be an Easter egg simply because it's an introduction of a character. Although I think worth mentioning because Surtur plays a key role in the comic universe and even alludes to Odin's origins. The second is my favourite type of Easter egg. It's also a comic book reference, but as opposed to the last one where it was obvious, this one is a hidden Easter egg that references something in the comic book universe. And the reason I like it is because it gives you surprise for knowing the source material. In one scene and the arena's citadel you can see a number of head statues protruding from the sides. One of them is undoubtedly Beta Ray Bill, who fans have wanted to see enter the Marvel Cinematic Universe for such a long time now. And I don't know if this has been confirmed yet, but he may have also appeared in the first Guardians of the Galaxy film. These are the types of Easter eggs I want to see in any type of movie simply because it gives you a reward, a surprise for knowing the source material. The next one is a cameo. We all know what a cameo is. It's a short appearance by a celebrity not integral to the plot. There were a few of these in Thor Ragnarok. In one very funny scene there was a reenactment of the life of Thor, Odin and Loki. The parts were played by Matt Damon, Sam Neill and Luke Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth's brother. Now this cameo was obvious, but it isn't always the case. In fact, this takes us to our next type of Easter egg, the hidden cameo. Now I couldn't really find any in Thor Ragnarok and as you can, Korg. However, the best example of this is probably from The Force Awakens Star Wars, where in one scene Rhea takes control of one of the stormtroopers. Underneath the helmet just so happens to be James Bond's Daniel Craig. The next type of Easter egg is trivia, hidden or obvious. In this case it's Korg's three-pronged staff, which actually hasn't been confirmed but could be a reference to Taika Waititi's previous film What We Did in the Shadows, a film about vampires. The next type of Easter egg is actually another big favourite of mine, and that is solving past Incontinuities. A good example of this is the Infinity Gauntlet, which was actually shown in the first Thor movie, but also acts as the MacGuffin for the Avengers film. This actually didn't make sense because it already had all the gems attached to it, so why were they at the same time scattered across the universe? Well, in one scene Hela humorously points out that the one in Odin's armoury was in fact a fake. And it's my favourite type of Easter egg because if it is planned, then it fits all the pieces of the story together. And this one in particular, which was so unexpected, just made it so much better. The next type of Easter egg is a reference to the real world. A good example of this from Thor Ragnarok is Valkyrie's ship, which are the colours of the Aboriginal flag from New Zealand. Again, don't know if it's been confirmed or not, but probably is a reference to the native land of the director Taika Waititi. The next type of Easter egg is a design reference to the comic books. Something on the set or in the background or the costumes. We can see a good example of this from the viewing platform during the games. We can see in the background a lot of the art influenced by Jack Kirby. In fact, this one here is taken straight from the comic book cover of Fantastic Four. The next Easter egg is story callbacks to previous films. Could be advancing an idea forward or using it in a much more humorous way. In this case, it was the scene where Thor tells Hulk that the sun is getting real low. This is an obvious reference to the previous Avengers movie Age of Ultron, where Black Widow gets the Hulk to calm down and turn back into his alter ego, Bruce Banner, by telling him the sun is getting real low. The last type of Easter egg is an event that forebodes a future event in the story. Now, I couldn't actually find any in Thor Ragnarok for obvious reasons, but a good example of this is the half-charred bear from Breaking Bad. It was shown in an earlier season and symbolises an event which happens in a later season. I don't want to give too much away if you haven't seen it, but anyone who has, and I think that's a lot of you, should know what I'm talking about. So this is my groups for Easter egg. I hope you liked it, I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you found it informative, and might help you kind of articulate what kind of Easter egg you want to see more of next time. In the meantime, if you like the video, then like it here and don't forget to subscribe. And if you get a moment, follow me on Twitter. Thanks.